Hello, everyone out there in the universe. My name is Christina Lynch, and I'm here on behalf of the Frenchtown Neighborhood Improvement Association to speak about the Farmers Market Promotion Program. So I am excited for everyone who can join and for those that will watch the live later on as a recording. So thank you for being here. Thank you for taking some time out of your busy day to learn more about this program and what it will offer. So to begin, I do want to say that this was a grant that was awarded to the FNIA for the benefit of the farmers in the region. So I have here some information to share for those who are wanting to learn more or how to take advantage of the resources based off of the grant. There are three objectives for the grant. One being increasing direct producer to consumer access to locally grown and fresh produce and value added products. So the idea is really trying to eat local, and being part of the process to promote that and provide resources. The second objective is reducing on-farm food waste and increase income for farmers. So finding ways of showing new techniques, old techniques, things outside of farmers' current expertise to be able to support products beyond for what could be based on the waste on the farm. And then the third one is reducing food insecurity through the identification and processing of excess food in the local food system. So taking that excess and finding ways for it to be sold wholesale so we can keep it in the community and be able to distribute in neighborhoods that have that are either in a food desert or have those food insecurities. So those are the three objectives for the grant. This is a multi-year grant, so we are really hitting the ground running this year to create impact in a short period of time. Because of COVID and all of the stuff that came about, we are a little bit behind the ball, but we are still on the ball. So this year, 2023, will be an impactful year. My role on the grant is to help coordinate and provide classes. So one of the goals are having workshops in Jefferson County, Leon County, and Gadsden County on a wide range of topics. So the first 6 classes of the Farmers Market Promotion Program are focused on business, or let's say business planning in a way. So we have classes on resiliency on the farm, business planning for farmers, value-added production, and other classes as well. But those first 6 actually build off of each other. So the idea is to attend or watch the recordings for the first 6. And then there's a curriculum that comes with that, an entire packet that was built by Compost Community. So we do want to thank Sundiata for all of the time and energy that he put in creating this 75-page curriculum that we will guide you through, beginning with the first class on January 19th. So because we are rotating locations between Jefferson County, Leon County, and Gadsden County, the locations being the extension offices, we will also have the classes on Zoom as well. So the idea is that if you are on the outskirts, if you're in the Big Bend area but not necessarily in Leon County, that we're trying to come out so it's a little bit closer for you to come to one of the extension offices. So if you can't make one in person, you're more than welcome to join via Zoom. And once we finalize and print the curriculum, we'll give you a hard copy of it. We have binders, and we'll print the presentations for those that do attend in person. But if at any point you want to attend virtually, you can as well, and we'll be able to email you that resource. The recordings will also be on YouTube on Frenchtown Neighborhood Improvement Association's new channel. So this will be the first of many videos. We have, I believe, 19 workshops scheduled for 2023. The first 6 being led by Compost Community, Smarter by Nature's participating in one as well. So after those 6, we'll then go into a myriad of topics. So from that point on, those first 6 will take us from January 19th through, I believe, March 16th. And then from that point, there'll be a variety of topics surrounding accounting, finance, and marketing. We do have some temporary or some placeholder topics on our Facebook page. We're working on getting all the information on the website as well. But if, as we are progressing through the program, we identify topics that are not covered, we can adjust to make sure that we are accommodating the participants of the program. And I will also be available to assist outside of the workshops. So I mentioned that part of this program is having the workshops, but then there's also this individual portion to it of creating business development plans. So if you are a farmer, if you're an agriculturist, someone that has growing food or aspiring to grow food, or you are selling food, there's opportunities for us to come together and create a development plan that's individualized for your business and operations, in addition to workshops. And the workshops will vary from value-added production. We will have some on financing options, on banking, bookkeeping, tax planning. So all of those number topics, and how we can leverage resources available in the community or that are available in the finance world that you may not be aware of. We'll go through those. And as I said before, the topics are dynamic, so we will be able to, adjust as we need to over the next 12 to 18 months. And as demand increases, the idea is that we can find ways and resources to continue to support our farmers. So that was a very long explanation for that portion of the grant. In addition to that, we want to also, recruit new farmers for the Frenchtown Farmers Market. So part of this idea is bringing local food options to our neighborhoods. So the Frenchtown Farmers Market is also promoting more participation in that. There may be opportunities to be creative with that if you're not necessarily available to be here every Saturday from 10 to 2. And then in addition to that, the goal is to also really identify locations for 2 other markets that are not in Frenchtown as well. So we are doing some due diligence in trying to identify locations and what that would look like. That way we can also provide additional avenues for the farmers to sell, not just in Frenchtown, but in other areas or in other locations of this area, being of the Big Bend area. Then we have, I'm trying to scroll down. There's a part of the grant that talks about providing additional food safety training and helping participants obtain certifications. So if you are seeking to offer something outside of just fresh produce that requires a specific certification or requires food safety training, the grant does allow for us to support that and possibly pay for that license or certification. So we're not just having workshops and saying, goodbye, see you later, good luck with the new information, but not only in creating the development plans, but also here to say, okay, if you need the food safety training, let's get you enrolled in this portion of the program and help you to be able to obtain that. With the value-added production, we are in the process of finding a kitchen manager that can help training with how to process that excess food into other products that you can sell, or possibly help in actually processing the excess food. So our goal is to not just say this is what you have, this is all you can do, but let's get creative, let's work together, let's create a plan and say, okay, here are our options, let's go in the kitchen, let's make it happen. And then if in that process we identify that there is a certification that's needed, okay, let's get the certification. If in the process we identify that you need assistance in processing it during the term of the grant, that's something that we can do until we're able to support the transition to the farmer. And long term, honestly, the goal is to provide and sell the food to the neighborhoods that are in food deserts or don't or have food insecurity. So again, we're taking this from a workshop to having kitchen training, hands-on training, processing. So we're in the process of finding that kitchen manager. So that's the most important part is we have to find that key player where there is someone in mind. So hopefully if it works out, we'll be able to get that portion of the grant, get that started sooner than later. But with that, there would still be a meeting that would be had in order to make sure that we understand your goals, we understand how we can help you, and we can best align you for that support. So even though the information is not currently on FNIA's website, it is on Trident's website. So Trident Consulting is my business, and we have been contracted to assist with the workshops and the business planning. So it's trydent.org. And so on the website under programs, you'll find the FNIA's Farmers Market Promotion Program, and it has some more additional information on there and a registration link. So you registering doesn't mean that you're saying I'm coming to every workshop, but what it does is it allows us to send you the information for the workshops. And if later on you decide that you want to attend one, you're able to receive that information. We're able to contact you and be able to send you any additional resources. So as we are going through the workshops and discussing, there will be times when you're saying, hey, I really need a spreadsheet for budgeting, or hey, can you help guide me in this process? And I can send you the information. So because this is a grant, it's a federal grant, we have to have our documentation. So that registration is really important. Again, it's not meaning that you're committing to everything, but it allows you to have the resources necessary, allows us to document and then have the access to get the resources. We are working on getting it on FNIA's website, but until then, it is on Trident's website. That way we can move forward. And also on the Facebook page, so they'll see events all under the events tab. All of the workshops have been added for 2023. That way you know who, what, where, when, how, and why. So please join us, whether it's in person or via Zoom, and that way we can spread the knowledge, share the love. And if you know of anyone, again, aspiring or current farmer, agriculturalist, herbalist, anyone that you may think that could benefit from any of the topics or information, please share it with them. So we really want to make sure that we're able to really promote local food growing, value-added production, food getting to the right residents, which is all the residents, and being able to create some long-term growth with the efforts that have been placed and the time and energy and love that everyone has put into this up until this point. So with those value-added production, training, and processing opportunities, the idea with that is to create some pilot products that we can sell within the neighborhoods within Tallahassee, and then creating products for retail and wholesale distribution. So yes, so I see there's a question, but the question being, are the workshops part of the grant? Yes, they are. So everything that I've mentioned so far is free for the participant. So the workshops are free, the business development plans are free, value-added production, training, food certifications, the assistance with processing, all of it's free, covered under the grant. So that's why we're really pushing hard to make sure that we can spread the knowledge about the program and all that's entailed, because it is free to the community. So we want to make sure that we're able to create something that's long-lasting for everyone without there being any type of hidden message, hidden agenda, hidden fee. So yes, long answer to say it's free. And then we have, ideally, we're going to have some marketing promotion when we have the new farmers markets, location pending, as well as for those that are really impacted through it. We want to make sure that there's a storytelling component of that we're able to promote the participants in the program. So we're still working through what that looks like, but making sure that not only are we doing some hard work, but that we're able to highlight the participants and those that have shown commitment to um, their business, aspiring or current business, and growing it, sustaining it, and really diving deep into it. We want to make sure that we can also spread the word for all of the great work that's being done to help feed the community. So that's always a great, very important part. We all have to eat. And then we also want to create a regional directory based off of what everyone's providing, what everyone sells. So that's something that we have resources here and there, but the long-term goal was to create some type of database that we can tap into and share. So Debbie, for location permitting, that's for the pop-up farmers markets. The workshops themselves are at the Gaston, Leon, or Jefferson County Extension offices. Location pending meaning that we have the Frenchtown Farmers Market, but we want to extend beyond just Frenchtown's market and have 2 other locations to be able to also support food insecurity in other neighborhoods. So it's not meaning that we're taking away from one community, but we're just expanding to include others. So it's not going to limit any efforts that are already done in Frenchtown. But I appreciate the question. I appreciate the clarification, because that, I want to make sure that I don't come off as we're taking away from anything that currently exists. We just want to expand into new areas and also ensure that we're able to share the resources that are being built and that are currently available. So with that being said, is there anything else that I may be missing, person behind the computer? No. And again, this will be recorded, so if you want to share it and there is someone who missed it, it will be on Frenchtown Neighborhood Improvement Association's YouTube channel that is recently built, and that way we can reference back and document all of our efforts. So this is really just the beginning of a really great year and a half of energy put into our farmers. And please look out for more information. As I said, as things progress, we'll definitely share what we're doing, what has happened, what will be happening. But if there's any feedback, any topics that you want to see that would be relevant to you and peers, please let me know. My email is C as in cat, Lynch, Lynch, at Trident, TRYDENT,